Hello, Rat fans. This is the 11th now instalment of our Age of Wonders 4 playthrough, where we are leading Roland Vandelay and his industrious rodents to victory, glory, and a lot of wealth, to be honest. We're playing a materium industrial culture, and we used to have a lot more money. We spent an awful lot, but we've got a pretty healthy monetary income, also quite a healthy mana income for that matter. And up till now, it's been quite peaceful. Up until now, although all the races, or all the factions rather, have been kind of disliking each other, we've got generally a negative opinion with most of them, nobody was actually going to war. And the reason everyone kind of dislikes each other is everyone's been building these seeds and roots that are towards the magic victory, and doing that gives grievances to all other players because, hey, they're going for victory, we don't like that. And once they've got grievances, they all start denouncing each other for these grievances, and once someone's been denounced, everybody else gets a sort of diplomatic relations hit against that player. Everyone dislikes them a little bit more because, hey, we heard you're doing a bad thing. So everybody's denouncing each other, so everybody's disliking each other. But because we're all getting grievances from the same things, and we're all getting roughly the same amount, nobody's really had a strong justification for war, because the grievances kind of balance out each other. If we have a look at, let's say, Indrid here, our war balance is a -2 unjust. Because although we do, I think, have some grievances. Is it in here? Nope. In here? Maybe I don't have any grievances with him. This guy we do. So we've got a minor justification for war with them. Because although we have 3 grievances total, they have 1 against us. Everybody has this affinity province improvement. That's the magic victory. And they cancel each other out. So all we're left with is the 2 10s because they keep insulting us. And that only gives us a minor justification. We'd need to get just a couple more points, I believe. 7 more points. So 1 more grievance would put us into moderate. And at a minor justification, it'll be considered an evil act to go to war with them, and other rulers will get a relations hit against us because did you really need to go to war over that? That wasn't really a reasonable thing to do. We're a bit worried you might do the same to us, basically. If we can bump that up to moderate, though, well, now it's not so much a problem. Now the other leaders are saying, yeah, fair enough, they had it coming, and your own race and your vassals will all be quite happy, and you get a wee bonus to your Imperium. So for the most part, nobody's been going to war, because most of our AI factions have got Sage, or, yeah, they're Sage, they're an Isolationist, they're a Diplomat, they're a Sage. And Sages usually have, or always have, I think, wars must be justified. They will not go to war over minor grievances. They want to justify their war. So although everyone hates each other, nobody's actually willing to take the step to go to war. That changed last time when these two decided they'd had enough of these sinister spies and they've declared war on them. So they're at war. The chances of them actually fighting are relatively slim, because if we go back to the map, we all started on the underground, but in a small underground, so there's basically room for your throne city and nothing else. That's them. That's one of the people at war with them, and that's the other. They're kind of close, but if we go up to the surface, their actual surface cities, I'm not even sure they've got any. They've got this one, and that's about it, as far as I can tell. They might have more in the mist somewhere. And meanwhile, the green player is away down here, like literally as far as we can get, so they probably won't. Coincidentally, though, we were planning to go to war with them because they disliked us the most, and because they're kind of sinister spies and they're not really trustworthy, and because I wanted to do something with my armies now that we've kind of pacified the marauder factions in the area. So we're actually gradually marching well, he's going over there, but I have other armies are gradually marching their way over, and we're going to get a justified war against them. Give us something to do, conquer one of the factions, the most untrustworthy faction, In the meantime, we've also been trying to make friends with these people. We did a declaration of friendship with them. So although they're not liking us yet, they're neutral towards us. Our declaration of friendship's almost reached the max, plus we're at plus 270 friendship there. It will get up to plus 300 is the max. There is still a grudge due to our grievances. We can't really get rid of that because, well, we can get rid of one. I have a grievance because at some point they insulted us. We could sell that to them if we want. In fact, no, they're not willing to buy it. They can't afford to. They don't have enough gold to. We could just forgive it, and that would give us a bit of good alignment. We're not gonna. I like having some justification in case we decide it's time that they need to be crushed as well. But I can get a wizard's bond with them at last and start proper diplomacy. And we can maybe get some treaties. We can maybe say, have some open board. Nope, they want money. I'm not giving them money. I don't have enough. But we're getting there. Hopefully, we can maybe make friends with them. Maybe get an ally, because they're crooked diplomats is their race. But I think crooked's just because they're goblins. Their actual personality is chivalrous diplomats. So he's an honourable ruler, or she's an honourable ruler, who believes in justice and peace. So they seem like we should be able to make friends with them. They don't actually... They're generally doing okay with the other factions. They don't like these guys, but everyone hates these guys. And they don't like him, but he is like the weakest player in the game. So I'm thinking they'd make a decent ally to have to try and discourage other people from going to war with us when we're not ready for it. So that's the background, that's the setting, that's where we're at just now. When it turns 74, which for some people is kind of endgame, for me that's more mid-game because I tend to play a bit more slowly than other people. I spend a lot of time doing all the just clearing out NPC stuff and it takes me a while to go to war. But as I say, we're getting ready for war now. So these guys, is he my new hero? I think he's a new hero. Yeah, we're quite inexperienced. We don't have any medals on these people. We're going to see if we can clear out this Ember Source Furnace. I don't know if we'll be up to it, because like I say, this is a newbie stack, but I've been struggling to find things that they can fight, because we've cleared most of the easy fights already. So this is an Ember Source Furnace. It'll count as a mine, it'll give us some draft and some gold and some Imperium. Units will be cheaper to build in this city once we get it, and in the Rally of Lieges we'll be able to start getting Fire Giants. Which is cool. It's a truly grandiose forge that draws its heat directly from the blazing depths of the world. Legend tell of titans once utilising these great tools for their grand designs, and that the firstborn dwarves may have even emerged from these primordial sites. And every time we go into a wonder there's a little story thing to it. So Bane Silverback approaches an Ember Source Furnace, expecting to see the workers busily smithing. Instead, frowning smiths are standing outside the forge, muttering. The Forge Master explains the entire forge suddenly overheated. No matter how we doused the flames, the heat only grew more intense. It's as though Yaka himself decided to make this place his throne. Yaka's a character from previous games. I think he was in either the first or second game. He's like a fire god, he's kind of fickle, and he created the Azrak race and the Tigran race. The smiths behind him nod in agreement. I swear, the flames have come alive, one of them adds, soot covering his face. The smiths looked to Bane and his troops, hope draining from their flame-blasted faces. How do you quench an unquenchable fire? So in the upcoming battle, the magma split is active. When a defending magma spirit is killed, it spawns a lesser magma spirit. So we can just go in and fight. It's a safe battle, so we're going to be... I'll do it manually just because it's the first battle of the video, but it should be easy enough, although this will make it more difficult than it initially seems, because that's just looking at the default guards, but they'll obviously get this effect. But we're heavy into materium. We can use our knowledge of earth and forges to open the cooling vents beneath the Ember Source Furnace herself. So whenever you get these affinity options, it's got a chance of success based on our affinity, but we've got a ridiculous bit. I think it's 10% per point, so we've got so much, it's guaranteed to work. So it's a strength 9 check. Oh yeah, it looks at the difference between the strength of the check and how much you have, and that affects it. I think if you've got even, it's 50-50. This is strength 9, but I've got 15, so it's 100% chance of this working. The forge hisses as cooling air meets the fire. We gain the cooling vents. Cool moisture is passing through the open vents. Standing on the vents will make units wet and can dispel burning. Right, so it won't stop the magma split, but it'll help us protect ourselves from fire, because the wet status makes you vulnerable to frost and lightning, but strong against fire. If we didn't have so much materium, there'd be a chance that nothing happened, and instead, for 6 turns, we lose materium affinity. But there's no reason not to do this, so we're going to do this. There we go. And yeah, it's a whole bunch of tier 3 magma spirits, plus a infernal puppy and a lesser one. So technically there's another 4 lesser magma spirits we'll have to defeat. But there are events that can protect us. However, we're in a desolate province, and I have set this world to have volcanic eruptions in desolate provinces, so we're going to have volcanic heat. Everyone will have worse fire resistance, which is going to make this more difficult than it might seem, and there'll be explosions occurring during the map. We did it as a farming world, so initially everything, or nearly everything, was desolate, and then gradually it's been terraforming. But it seems like wonders never terraform. It seems like the wonder sites always just stay the originals, so all the wonder sites are still desolate. And it's quite an impressive looking place, got to say. The environmental artist, or artists, have done an awful good job with this game, I think. It all looks really nice. And I find that, compared to Planetfall, where the alien environments was sometimes a little bit difficult to tell what you're looking at, it's really quite readable. You can generally tell where you are and what you're looking at. Right, okay, so I have to remind myself how this plays, because I have another playthrough on the go on my Twitch channel that's a dark culture, which is kind of the polar opposite to the industrial culture we're doing. So as the industrials, we're very defensive. I've got iron golems who, they're vulnerable to lightning. Normally they're neutral to fire, but as I say, we've got the volcanic heat. It isn't actually visible there, I think it's in here. Yeah, volcanic heat, so we get penalties to our fire resistance. So we're going to take more damage from all this fire, unfortunately. We've also got our relatively new bastions, so these are equivalent to the iron golems, but they're a racial unit rather than our actual golems. They're not suffering quite so badly because we have a racial transformation from our Tome of Warding that we got early on that gives us a wee bonus to our resistances, so they'll actually do better than the golems. And then my hero, I believe, is, yeah, they're running around with a 2-handed sword, so I don't want him to be too upfront, but I do want him to be smashing things. And we've got these steel shapers, and they actually provide a resistance boost when they go into guard mode. So currently, we only have resistance 3. We reduce damage from non-physical sources by, well, fire only by 19%. And the iron golems are actually not reducing it at all. The leader fares a bit better. He's got 5 resistance, so he's down to 34% reduction. So I'm going to put them there, and they're going to go in guard mode, and that will give a +3. So now he's up to 27% reduction rather than 0. Our transmuter is a battle mage. We'll just put them in. I don't know if they have area attacks. I don't think they do. They've got the single target. Incinerate. They do have an area attack. Okay, so we're in 2 minds now. Do we stay together or do we split up? Because if we split up, they can't hit as many of us with the areas. But if we stay together, we get the boosts from that defense mode won't help. Well, it helps themselves, but yeah, they give bonus defense. They're doing physical damage, so the defense modes won't necessarily help, except for them. So I guess they want to be in between other people, but the others maybe want to stay apart. It's too late now, though. We're in position. I should have thought of that before it. But they're going to spend their turn moving up, so we still have time. What I should have done, actually, with them, I should have done bolstering. Because by default, this just bolsters their defense, which won't really help against fire. But we have the Staves of Warding upgrade from our Tome of Warding, which will also boost resistance. So I guess I'm going to do that now. So we don't get to do our defensive mode, but they now have +2 resistance. So they're getting a little bit of fire resistance. I'm going to move them up though, because they are a bit better. And they can go into inspiring defense. Gives bolster defense to... we don't really need to do that. It won't really help, like I say. And I guess my hero and the fire golems will go up this way. And then we've got the transmuters, who they do a physical, they're battle mages, but the industrial battle mages and support mages do physical damage rather than elemental. And we do sundered defense, which will make them take more damage from their physical attacks, and also give bolstered defense to a random ally. So the thing is, it says it does the bolstered defense, but I didn't see bolstered defense going up. It has, it's given them 2 bolstered defense, right. Normally you'd see it floating up in green, but it didn't do that. And I'll move these guys around as well. Shoot them. I expect we're going to get fireballed next turn. Now, do we have any magic that would help us here? I don't have very many spells. I could melt their armor. I'm going to do that actually, because they're all clustered up. Now, they're obviously going to be fire resistant, but they suffer from the volcanic heat as well, which doesn't make an awful lot of sense, but I'm not going to argue with it. And that sunders their defense, they'll take more physical damage from us. Yeah, normally they would have, I think, 6, but they do get affected by the volcanic heat. So they have some fire resistance still, but not as much as they otherwise would have. Okay, end turn. Yeah, they're throwing their fireballs. This is going to hurt a fair bit. Although they are spreading out a wee bit at least. There's a cooling vent over there. I think that might be a cooling vent too. They're not particularly well positioned for us to take advantage of them, unfortunately. We didn't take too much damage. Wow, okay, I tell a lie. They've taken a lot of damage. Oh no, they didn't. That was the enemy who was taking a lot of damage. We're fine. Our guys are pretty strong. I think a fireball maybe hit them. So I'm gonna... Is this a cooling vent? Yes, water. It's on fire as well. I don't know which one takes priority. I'm gonna move on to it. Okay, burning removed, but then we started burning. Well, that doesn't help at all. I'm gonna bolster them with some magic. I'm just gonna take a shot at them. Get flanking. Move them up. See if we can take one of these guys out. And with them, I'm going to keep on going into... Well, hang on. Normally I go into defense mode because we've got a racial that makes us do more damage with retaliations, and we get an extra retaliation because we're industrial. So it's to our benefit, kind of, rather than to attack them and then leave ourselves without our increased defense for defense mode. I go up and go into defense mode, and then they have to hit me, and I hit them back. But these guys are all ranged, so they're not going to attack me in melee, so I won't get my retaliation, so I should just smash them. We got critical hits, they died. But then, as we were told, they end up a lesser one. Over here, we're kind of hurting a bit. Let's go down and smash them. But we may lose a unit or two here, I'm not sure. We've got line of sight on them, so I'm going to mark them, which will make them easier to hit and take more damage, and then we'll shoot them. I am worried we might lose them though. Now my hero, can he get past the fight? Doesn't have ranged. We could go and get ourselves wet. But instead, I'm going to create my Devastator Sphere. This is his special trait as a hero. He can create these things, which it's a bit zoomed in. That's kind of probably not intended. But this thing, it's moderately defended. But its only thing is it rolls up and then explodes. It's considered racial, apparently, because we've got our racial transformations, which is very silly, but okay. Yeah, without the volcanic heat, we could have done this a lot better, but... Oh, they missed. Didn't expect that. When their morale's been hurt, they're fumbling. It's volcanic eruptions going off. One's going to happen here, but we're not in that. Right. I'm going to move them to there. I'm not going to attack though. I'm going to use my aspect of the root to heal. We have a little bit of nature magic. It doesn't quite fit thematically, but it's been quite useful all the same. I think they're just going to shoot them. They're going to shoot them as well. I don't know why they were missing me, but I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to roll this along. Yeah, my archers are going to go and stand in the water, and I'm going to bolster them. Just take a shot at them. And my hero can start moving in. Do these guys have range attacks too? They do. But there's not many places for them to go. I'm still going to attack them though. We're getting critical hits quite a lot. Our morale seems to be doing well. Leave my scouts alone. Not my scouts, my archers. In any case, leave them alone. Oh, we did a wee loop there. Where's the next volcanic thing happening? Still that. Okay. Right. My scouts are back to burning again. I could shoot 3 times, but I'm going to get the wet status to get rid of that burning. Do this again. And I'm going to roll up my Devastator Sphere. I would prefer to hit area enemies, but that's not an option, so... Kaboom! Pew pew. And my golems, we'll go and smash them in the back. While my leader is going to charge and kill them. 38 damage on a charge is pretty nice. So the main threat's gone, because dealing with the spirits isn't as bad, because they're multi-model armies, so as we damage them, they do less, their combat power goes down. Whereas this guy's a single model, which means he does full damage right up until his last hit point. But we're able to smash him up pretty good there. I think we're going to get through this without any casualties. He says, jinxing himself. Oh, they didn't do anything, they just defended. They've got nowhere to go. Okay, smash them in the back. They didn't want to take the attack of opportunity, apparently. Well, it's been a costly victory, but a victory's a victory. Yeah, they're just defending. They know if they try and do anything, they'll just die anyway, so they just defend. So yeah, a safe battle, nobody died, but it took its toll because of the special effects that were in play. The Forge flames flicker and glow, no longer raging out of control. The Forge Master grins from ear to ear. Your clever resourcefulness is something we need at the Forge. I don't suppose you want a job working here with us. Before Bane can answer, the Forge Master gives him a strong pat in the back and bursts into an explosive laugh. Ha 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 ha. I'm sure your duties are far more important than the simple work we do here. Still, the Forge Master nods, we're indebted to you, hero of the Ember Source Furnace. Name your prize. So we're getting a big ton of draft that'll let us recruit. It'll either get converted into a bunch of food, or we can basically train a unit or two really fast in Silver Fence. It normally produces 21 per turn. It's getting 629. So I can say, give me new armour, it'll give me fiery weight boots, makes you immune to burning, set things on fire, +1 defence. A new weapon will get me the Avenger. I don't know if that's a two-handed axe. No, it's a one-handed axe. Gives you an extra retaliation attack and 40% more damage. And oh, I like that for our... We already have bonuses to retaliation damage. We get 30% from our racial. So having a plus 40%, I'm liking that. We can get a bunch of gold, or we can just be, nah, we're really good sorts. No, no, no. The armor's kind of nice. I want that axe. I wish I could have checked all my characters to see if anyone, like what weapons we already have. Are you my melee guy? Yeah, he currently has the King's Blade, which is also really nice. It does a lot of damage and it protects our allies. So I don't think you're using it. We've got our scout who does archery. I kind of want to stay archery, just for variety's sake. We've got our leader who is doing a more support role. I kind of want to stay with that as well. So I guess my two-handed guy, who I was doing two-handed, again, for variety, I guess he's going to get the new axe. So he currently does a single hit for 28 damage. With extra damage, 20% extra for each hex moved, and it cancels retaliation, cancels dispense mode, etc. Does it also do... No. If we take this, he hits 3 times for 16, so 2 hits is already doing more damage, and 3 hits will do even more. And it lets him get a shield, which I've got 2 choices. We can get the barbed shield. All shields do 3 defense against non-flanking. The barbed shield means enemies hitting him have a chance of getting bleeding. The noble Aegis gives an extra 2 defense and 2 resistance to anyone next to him. I've already got that on one person, but I think it fits our thing. Our theme. I don't have any mounts for him. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. As much as I liked having him running around with a two-handed sword, this fits our general sort of Empire theme a lot more anyway. And yeah, I need to get him back. He's not going to heal here, although this is friendly territory. So our healing is plus 25, plus 15. It's also volcanic heat. Can't regenerate while we're in a volcanic province. I'm going to try something. Does create forest doesn't work on desolate. And this is desolate, right? Yeah. What I'll do, just to save time, I'm going to mass recall them back to the closest city. It's kind of lazy, but... So, they have currently got a metric ton of... I could get something, one of these, essentially immediately. It wouldn't be free, though. Or it'll get converted into food, because any draft, it only does 25%, but it would still be enough, given they're quite small, it'd still be enough to grow them. I think I'm just going to take the food, because if I had more gold, I would get a golden golem, but I don't, so I can't. Right, and these guys are just heading over, ready for when we declare war on Perennius over here. And my leader was swapping out one of his anvil guard to get this golden golem, our first golden golem of the game. They are big, stompy pikemen. We could also do with building a road over here. What are you? Oh, we could have probably cleared that, although I need to heal up. He's going to probably go back and clear them just for the XP. And this is just a scout. We're just exploring the southern part of the map. Oh, there's a watchtower. That'll uncover quite a lot in one go. And there's a watchtower as well. Right, Silverstrad. I think we build a mint for more gold income. They've previously, I think, just built city walls. So, yeah, get me more gold. Can always use more gold. Lithium. We'd need more mines before that really pays off. We've got all these fancy things we can do. We don't have an awful lot of money left. There's also the estate hall to get faster growth because they're kind of slow growth now. You can also just get the astral trade relay for more money. Just keep getting me more money. We have just founded Silver Fence. It can now already get another province. Now the problem is, these I think consider desolate. I'm not sure if the farming realm is finished and that's how they ended up, or if these can still get transformed. I'm not 100% sure, but once you claim them, they definitely don't get transformed. So I think we maybe just go for like a farm to fuel growth and leave these until later. That has boosted the vendor in the workshop. I do want a workshop, but I don't have money. However, we might still be able to deal with that because we may have... Yeah, we've got a few items we don't need. So this is a tier 1 staff. I'm never going to use that. I'm going to sell it. I don't think I need the Ring of the Vicious Killer, so we'll sell that. I'm probably never going to use the Ring of Concealment. We'll sell that. That gets me a little bit of money so I can get the workshop started here. Because at the moment, we do not have much production. We're quite slow to build things. So the workshop will give us an extra 10 production. It'll also give us 10 draft, of which a small amount will go into food, as long as we're not trading units, which I'm not really doing. They can annex another province. Oh, what was I planning with them? I'm not even sure. What do? You give us mana for every quarry. We do like quarries. We've got the Great Builders thing, which means quarries give us a little bit of gold, and we've got multiple buildings that benefit from adjacent quarries. That said, this area isn't very... Like, it isn't very concentrated with quarries. We've got one quarry there, a couple quarries there. So there's not a lot of scope for it. We maybe just build a mine. Is there anything I want boosted? Not really. So what do I want to do? Maybe just another mine. Mines give us... We've got a trait that means mines give us draft as well as money, so I do quite like mines. If I turn on the overall thing and leave the city, there is potential for a cluster of quarries over here. Once we'll need to probably expand our town hall a bit more, but we could do a quarry build up here. The Chronogate, I believe, benefits from nearby conduits and research. Yeah, there's not really any scope for that. To be honest, the Chronogate would have been better there, where we've got 2 research posts, but I didn't have that at the time. We've got this that gives us gold for each unique adjacent province type, which could also be a shout, because if we put one here, that's unique, so that's a teleporter, that's a conduit, that's a quarry. That said, it'll then be getting surrounded by quarries, so it'd only be 3, but still, that's a decent amount. Or if we put it here, we've got a gold mine, we've got a research post, and then whatever we put in there. I do like the bazaar. It's got potential to make a lot of money. We could stick it there. We get the meadow, the conduit. Or there, we get the conduit, the farm. Whatever goes there, though, would have to be... Oh, and we've got the Great Foundry as well now. Great Foundry wants to be next to a mine, and it counts as a mine. Do I have anything else that counts as a mine? I don't think so. So the Great Conduit should go next to that. Great Conduit, Great Foundry I would put here, because this is kind of useless. It could do a farm, but it's swamps, we don't have swamp adaptation, so it'd be a rubbish farm. So we'd probably put the two mines side by side there. Oh, there's also the Golem mine counts as a mine. We could move the Golem mine there, though. Yeah, Great Foundry there, mine, Golem mine. We'll move, at some point we'll do that. Will we do it just now? Will we work towards that instead of working towards the other stuff? So the quarry setup is mostly for the Runecarver's camp. It gets mana for adjacent quarries. The builder's quarters would also give us extra production for adjacent quarries. That's really it, though. So I'm going to work on the mine situation. So I'm going to do a forester here. But then this golem mine, I am changing to a forester. And we will move the golem mine here once we have the money to do so. Finished. We now have Imperial Essence. Apparently we got whatever the last one of them was, which gives us 10 extra Imperium. I feel like I already did that. We acquired haste berries. I don't know how or why we got that. And I've got a thing for creating a forest, but I don't really need to do that just now. I'll just keep that charged. It's going to remind me about it every turn. And I'm going to charge up Mass Recall again. And heroes are offering to join. Oh, because I've got another city. Wait, you'll join for free? From Cithadral. Why are you free? I'm confused. It's a mole person, it's not one of our racial ones. Why are you joining for free? Everyone else wants money. Of which we do not have any. You're joining? I mean, she's high level. I'm going to take her because she's free, but she's an order adept. It will give us some order affinity. Do I want to take her? Because I kind of want to get, like, the Afflictor would be nice. Or more astral. It's fortified. Right, fortification health. Beloved. Their moles. Stability. That's pretty good too. Production. Tier 1 units get stronger. No, I'm going to take the free option. Welcome aboard. For some reason you decided to join us, don't know why. Right, do I want to keep her as she is though? We get one free respec. We can give her some equipment though. I've got... Because I could make her, instead of being a wizard, she can be the two-handed sword. She's part of the raiding moles, so she's got bulwark, her defense mode's better, and she's got underground adaptation, which won't really help. And the culture part doesn't really matter as a hero. And she doesn't have our racial transformations as the downside. So I could go, because this is, it's level 2, it's okay, but I kind of want someone running around with a big sword. Yeah, I'm going to respec her. And she's going to get her claymore that my other guy isn't getting anymore. Right, so, skills. Get blink, a teleport, make her harder to hit with range for 1 turn. Assassinate, it's a free action every 3 turns, has a slight chance to kill an injured unit. The chance increases depending on how low their hit points are. That could be very good. Warding Bond, she bonds with another unit and takes the damage that they take, reduced by 20%. Stops them taking the damage, I should say. Mass Rejuvenation is just a heal and regen for a big area, well, a reasonably big area, 2 hexes. Restoration heals 1 unit and dispels its status effects, can also revive someone from the dead. And Dark Ritual does a small damage, but also raises corpses and zombies. I feel like I'm going to try Assassinate. We haven't really been doing the Chaos stuff. I don't want Reckless Rage though. That increases your damage a lot, and she is going to be doing big single target hits, but it makes her more vulnerable. So I think... Oh, that's changed though. We could now summon an animal. I don't really want to summon an animal. I'm going to take the heal. Although Blink would have been good to teleport behind the enemy and then smash their archers. I'm going to take defences for her. I'll take Bolstering. Whenever she gets hit, she gets more defense. Sentinel for first strike. The Sundering Strikes is better on ones that hit multiple times. It's got a chance of doing Sundered Defense that makes the target defense goes down, meaning they take more physical damage, which would help her. I bet she mostly does spirit damage though. So, and she only hits once, so she'd only have maximum 1 stack per turn round 3. So I'm just going to keep on doubling down on strength, because what I want is Defensive Master. Always end your turn in defense mode. Meteor Strikes, she does a wee bit of fire splash damage. Sure. That's also better with multiple attacks. I might not take that after all. Killing Momentum though, that's good. If we kill someone, we get an action point back. And since she only needs 1 action point to do her big hit. Adaptive Armour, whenever she gets hit with non-magic stuff, she gets protection against it. Yep, we're going heavy into defense, but that's our whole gimmick. Now, we could also get Fighting and Martial Expertise for damage, or we could look at stuff down here. We could get a bit more resistance and status resistance, which would be good. We could also start getting stuff to boost our troops. I'm going to get some resistance. But I think some actual damage would be good, so I'll take Martial Expertise. It's just fighting, but it affects ranged as well. There's not really a... I don't think she gets anything out of it especially, but if I ever decide to respec her, she'd get the benefit of it. And then some fighting too. So she's up to 33 damage with her Charge Strike, and that's before you get the up to 60% for Travelling Hexes. So potentially she can hit like a truck. Is this a she? I'm actually not sure. It's hard to tell with the moles. It might be a he. We'll have to wait for an event to confirm for sure. Which means I need an army for them, but I don't have any money just now, so... I can summon Copper Golems, and that's the only thing I can summon, and Copper Golems are old hat at this point. Silver Fence, you're going to be governed by our new character. You will get extra gold, extra draft, and extra mana because of her things. I like the extra gold, that's good. Okay, nice. I just need so much more gold. Because a golden golem costs 400 to build. I do have a sort of trash stack that she could lead. It's all her tier 1 units that are kind of cast off now. But she could do some stuff with that. Right, are they? They're needing to sit for a while and heal. I don't have anything like world map spells just to heal everybody. But yeah, for the most part, we're just travelling just now. Preparing for war. Looks like they're preparing for war as well. But their stacks are weaker than mine. They've got necromancers, they've got some undead, got a white witch, got a dark knight, and a bunch of white witches. And warlocks. An awful lot of range stuff. We can take them. Get the vision from that. To be honest, not much more vision than our scouts do anyway. I think she's just going to chill until I've got the money to build her things. We've learned the Fortified Crucible. It's a city structure where if we get attacked or sieged, plus 40 fortification health, that's a lot, and anyone on the battlements will get plus 4 fire damage. It'll also set things on fire. Next up, I think we'll get Gold Touch. That's a racial transformation that gives us +2 resistance, and all our population gives +1 gold per pop. We're not casting that just now, that's just prepared. A new development skill. Oh, 2 new astral ones. Immediately summon an army of magical origin units with low maintenance at your throne city. Don't have the influence quite yet. Cast a combat spell, reduces the cost of all other combat spell types by 25% for 2 turns. Well, we can't really afford those just now. This would be useful. Maybe I'll get this just now, actually. Yeah. We can grab provinces 2 hexes away. Or 2 provinces away, rather. We may not be so different. She likes the fact that I've got good relations with 3 cities, so yep, we've got decent relations with her. She's the one that we're trying to make friends with. So if they were grabbing places now, 1, 2, I think they already could do 3. Right, that's not a good example for checking. Silverstrad, 1, 2, 3, yeah, they can now grab over here. We could link them up, to be honest. Don't know why it zoomed in here. Favoured daughter. As soon as negotiations are concluded for the day, Duchess Talitha Cletus of Valenford, I think we vassalised them? Yeah, we vassalised them. They're elves. Requests advice concerning her useless youngest daughter. Adelina is so unlike her older sister, the Duchess sighs. Now she walks with wizards and halflings. A true paragon of bravery and courage. Whereas my youngest hides in damp caves and shoots arrows from cover like a coward. All the while she thinks herself as lordly as a queen of old. My people favour her, even while I do not. And now she desires to prove her quality. I seek your counsel. So my valorous captains will train her. We won't be able to make any units in Bastion for 4 turns, but she'll be added to our recruitment pool. I don't have any spare capacity for a hero, so it just gives us an elf archer. Take my ring of endurance, claim its curse and send her off to death, destroy it, and we'll get supreme vassalage with them immediately. Or no, I don't. Well, that won't hurt that much. I'll lose 6 allegiance. It just means instead of 1 turn, we'll wait 2 turns. I'm just going to say, no, she's fine. Stop being so down on your daughter. Let her pick her own path. So they don't like that bit. They don't have to. It just delays her vassalage by a turn or so. Well, we're already vassals. It'll delay our supreme vassalage by a turn or so. Right, if you just go up there and start building a road in this direction. These are just on the march. They are healing so slowly. Are they healing at all? Wait, why are we in volcanic heat? Oh no, our city! Our city's in a desolate terrain. I didn't realise. They're not healing at all. Well, oh no, I went too far. Damn it. Well, they'll heal a little bit. I screwed up there. I just saw their movement range and thought that was the domain range. So we don't heal in this city because of this desolate terrain. There is a nature book that I think could turn desolate into grassland, but we're not really doing nature with this playthrough. We're doing a little bit, but not much. So, sucks to be us, I suppose. Just move further in. Oh. Someone is terrain. Who's... Oh, this is this guy. Beller Deathfinder. He doesn't like us much. He's a sinister spy as well. We built our mint here, so that's a bit more money. We could get the fortified crucible, but... Well, maybe we do need it. This one's kind of on the front lines. Nah, we're going to be taking the fight to them. Did I just get the Forge Tower? Gives us gold. Gives us even more annex range. Gets us a spell jammer. Lets us do some other stuff. Don't really need mana just now. There's this that gets us a bit of 20 food and 20 draft. It's alright, but it takes a while. Nah, give me the Forge Tower. Get some extra money coming in. So this is the person we're making friends with. Perennia Sundancer has proven a worthy friend. She thinks we should do a declaration of friendship. No. That costs me money and we're about to go to war with them. You really consider them a friend? Not really. She's done a declaration of friendship to them, but they actually don't like her very much, or she doesn't like them very much. It's neutral, but bordering into unpleasant. So, no. You can be friends with them if you want. We're going to destroy them, and then it won't be an issue anymore. Okay, end turn. Jeez, oh, is that 50 minutes in already? Time really flies when I'm playing this game. I could easily sit and play this for like 10 hours straight. Right, they're slowly healing. They'll heal a lot faster in Domain. They heal 5 per turn out of Domain and 40 per turn in Domain. So, 2 turns and they'll be back to full. You build your road. That's a nice wee path between these cities. Right, we've got a bit of an invasion force going here. Ideally, I'd have 2 full 3 armies and then another 3 armies going. One would assault there and one would assault there at the same time, so they can't like run back and forth between them. But that would take longer, and I don't know if I want to wait. Partly because I'm conscious there's a lot of just letting time pass just now. I'll keep these guys together. I'll keep them to guard them. These can maybe defend while they go on the attack. Silver Fence can get another province, eh? Right, I'm going to get a forester here so that we can get the Ember Source soon. Donabane can get another province. Did I have a plan for this place? I honestly can't remember. It's been so long. I mean, we're going to build a market either way. We've not even built a chronogate over here. So the chronogate counts as a teleporter and wants conduits. We can get a conduit or research thing there. So we're going to put the chronogate there to link up with that. Maybe. Do I have mines? We can do a mine there. We've got our golem mine up there for some reason. I'm going to just put it down just for the hell of it. But it would be better if we did... Because I'm just thinking for the Great Foundry. So... if we did something... oh, there's a mine there too. So we get a mine, a Great Foundry, and a Golem mine, something like that. Would get us a decent chunk of extra stuff from that. But I don't know if that's the priority just now. The Sacred Meadow likes adjacent conduits, but I don't think we have much in the way of conduits. We've got sites that we can do conduits in. We get food and stuff from that. Oh, the hasteberries. We were going to get this for the hasteberries, but we just got the hasteberries, so we don't necessarily need it anymore. We just get more mana. Mana's not really a problem, though. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. I was doing a whole quarry setup down here. So maybe we just continue that. We exit out. Yeah, because I was thinking a Runecarver camp there. That gets 1, 2, 3 quarries. Or if we're really adventurous, a Runecarver camp there and then quarry, but that's much longer term. I guess we could do a quarry there, but I want to do mines because mines get you more money from the Merchants Guild. I think we'll maybe just do the shorter term option. And just we'll put a quarry there. We'll get a couple more quarries and we'll do a carvers. So after the market, because I'll forget what I'm doing here, we're putting the rune carvers camp on top of that quarry. There's now a rivalry between Univa the Brilliant and Beller Deathfinder. Good, because they both potentially might decide to hate me at some point, so if they hate each other more, even better. Okay. Next turn I'm going to start training units for I'll get my golden golem training for my newest hero. I meant to do it this turn, but I forgot. So we'll do that first, or I will forget again. Or I'll spend the money on someone else. So get me a golden golem. Costs 400. It's so painful seeing that cost, but we need to do it. Right. So they have, oh, they've got a new city down there as well. I want to get Dustwatch first. So we're going to start marching this direction. They'll get ready to go and get a bit of combat experience up there. And they'll just stand guard for now. Scouts will continue just to clear Fog of War. We've researched Gold Touched, a minor race transformation. I'm going to cast that straight away. I think it's got to be Meteor Arrows. Makes physical range attacks. Unfortunately, doesn't count physical range attacks of our support in Battle Mages. It's only actual range units. So our crossbows, our Arbalists, which are our cultural unit, and our Glade Runners, which we got from one of the nature tomes, will do 5 damage, fire damage to the target and adjacent units. We're taking them. And we are casting Gold Touched. Costs 450 mana, but we've got 768 and we get 140 a turn. And because it's a transformation, it doesn't have an upkeep. It's just a permanent effect. So it'll take us 4 turns to cast that, but it'll be worth it. They have built their refinery. Did I build a refinery here? I don't remember ordering them to do that. Did I? I guess I must have. How do you see what buildings are in a city? Do I have to go to the city overview? How do you see what buildings are in a city already? City information? Structures. There we go. So did I just build the reagent thing? I did. Okay. I'm only getting 10 food and 10 draft from it. Oh, at the time, this is the thing. There's actually, I mentioned this in the other one. When you research it, it says it gives you 20 gold. So if we go to Tomes, Tome of the Golden Realm, Reagent Refinery, get 20 gold for each magic material in this city's domain. But when you actually go to build it, it says it gets 10 draft and 10 food. And I wasn't sure which the two it was actually going to do. And I was thinking I would like the 20 gold. I don't care quite so much about the food and the draft. I, this morning, posted a bug report on the Discord, and one of the devs got back and said, this is it's on their list of known bugs. But the actual effect is, the correct one is the 10 food and the 10 draft. So that's not quite as valuable to me, especially when we only have one. So I'm getting a little bit of food from the Reagent Refinery. I mean, it will help our growth very, very slightly, but I'm a little disappointed about that, if I'm being honest. So what should they build next? I don't want to spend... Well, no, we've got quite a good money income. Maybe oh no, Great Foundry. Should we get the Great Foundry down? So, oh no, we need another. We want to put it next to our mine. Do we have any other mines? We've got 2 mines. Does this count as a mine? Yes. So, the Spelljammer counts as a conduit, doesn't it? What we're going to do, it's a bit convoluted, but to optimize, we want to move the Spelljammer over here. Because the Chronogate gets a bonus for adjacent conduits. So we want it to be one of these 2. We don't want it to be that one because we want quarries here because the Runecarver's Camp gets a bonus for adjacent quarries. So we want quarry. We want to put the Spelljammer there. It's also, I was always going to move it because at the moment, the Spelljammer stops anyone from casting spells in our city's domain. So if anyone invades, they won't be able to. But as soon as they come out the passage to invade, they'll be right next to the Spelljammer, they can just go and raise it. So we actually want to move the Spelljammer over here, so they at least have to spend a little bit of time travelling over there. So I wanted to move it anyway, and we also want to put down the Great Foundry there, because the Great Foundry will get bonuses from these 2 adjacent mines. So our next growth step is to grab this, move the Spelljammer there. I think I'm going to change this to a mine right now. It'll take 3 turns because we're not really in danger of being attacked right now, and I'd rather have the money. Okay, so we're not ready to build... Oh no, wait, instead, just build the Great Foundry on top of it. We don't need to change it. Just build a Great Foundry. I don't know if the changing... Building as something in... I'm going to abort that. Is that still... Let me just in case there's any sort of unforeseen interactions. Cancel all that, redo it. Because I wasn't sure. I was a wee bit worried we'd spend the money, build a Great Foundry, and my changing to a regular mine would take effect at the same time and it'd end up replacing it and it'd be a whole thing. So cancel everything, set it up to get the Great Foundry. That'll get us a nice bonus from that. And in how many turns? 7 turns, we can get that and put the Spelljammer down to get the adjacencies for that. I could spend to do it now, but no, I think we've got better things for Imperium. They've built their tower upgrade. Silverstrads is kind of on the border. I'm going to build, this is reasonably cheap, the Bastion's Barricade. It will give us a little bit more fortification health, a bit of happiness, and if anyone attacks, we get 2 tier 3 shield units, the Bastions, defending us. What new things? Oh, because we've now got that, hero that's got order affinity, we actually get order stuff now. So, destroying an infestation or conquering a free city grants relations with all other free cities. Well, we've kind of cleared all the infestations that were on the map, and we're not conquering free cities generally, so I'm not going to spend Imperium on that. And we've not got this because there's no coast, there's no rivers, and I don't particularly want a Spirit Wolf, so I've not done that. What's this one? Cities that share a border with the Throne City. That's useless on this map because our Throne City is underground with no space for other cities, so they can't share a border. We could get the Breastplate of the Champion. I might grab that now, actually. That'd be a decent thing. What are my other options? What else do I not have? Units and cities get extra sensing range. Forced March. An extra siege project. We are going to be going to war soon. I don't need the teleporters because we've got the Book of Teleportation that lets us build a better teleporter. I don't think we need any of this just now. I'm going to get the siege slot just now, but I am interested in getting that breastplate, that one. Because it's a decent breastplate. 2 defense, 20% extra melee damage, 20% critical hit with melee attacks. But right now, we're going to be going to war soon. So, give me siege slots. I will need money to do the sieges though, so it may be a few more turns still. We're now supreme vassals of them, which means we've got our Whispering Stones free. I don't know if there's any free cities. I think all the free cities have been vassalized, so our Whispering Stones aren't super useful. We vassalized 2 of them, and yeah, the other ones we know about have been vassalized. However, one of the things you can do, I think, is give your Whispering Stone to your own city. I'm sure I read you can do that, I just don't know how. And it like improves your relations or something. Is that something I have to unlock in the development? It's like an order thing. No, it doesn't seem to be. Unused Whispering Stones can be given to your cities to gain city stability. But how? Does it just happen automatically? No. How do I do it? Oh, it's in here. Right. This is the first time, this video is the first time I've ever looked in here. And that's how you transfer your throne. Oh, so we could get the whole adjacency thing. We could make like Silverstrad our throne city, get them to join up, stretch across there and get a nice big income boost. We might do that actually. But for now, Whispering Stone to you, it will give 3 stability per turn up to a total of 30. And stability boosts increase your food. If you've got high stability, you get more food draft and production. And we'll give one to Silverstrad, who are already pretty happy. We're orderly. Is orderly the best? No, we could get to harmony, although we're quite far away. But 30 more would get us there. Yeah, you can have a Whispering Stone. Right, however, we are at the end of this. We're over an hour, so we're at the end of this video. So I'm going to save this. Actually, no, I'm not saving it. I'm just going to continue playing, but we'll start a new video. So thank you very much, anyone who's been watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video, which I'm going to start as soon as I finish this one. So goodbye for now.